Yo, Still Bills, what's the deal, man? Brother back. I'm heading to the crib. Finally got up out the store. It's time for me to go home and kick my feet up, man. And after I take these groceries in and get everything settled, man. But Pete Gang, I want to talk about something, man. And that's what's my man now? I'm tripping. Brain freeze all of a sudden, man. Martin Bakole and fucking F.A. Jogba. Man, look. I never saw that coming with F.A. Jogba, and that's an error on my behalf because I think it's a testament that people really get up for their level of competition, man. And he really prepared for Martin Bakole. He did better than he did with Vito because I think Vito beat him. He did better than he did with Frank Sanchez because Frank Sanchez clearly beat him. That was an impressive performance, man. I gotta be real, man. He really utilized his extremities, lateral movement. I've never seen F.A. Jogba move like that. I've never seen F.A. Jogba throw straight shots down the middle. That's not a jab. You dig? He'll throw a jab, but usually when he curves that backhand, whenever he launches the two off of the one, he curves that backhand. And it's easier to defend against it because it's not a straight shot that's coming straight down the middle. That gets to the target quicker, man. But I would have never guessed that he was doing that. And not only was he doing that, throwing the one and the two and using lateral movement, he was setting traps. Why is F.A. Jogba walking Martin Bakole into traps? When we've seen the likes of a Jared Anderson, who has a far more vast skill set than a F.A. Jogba, get dismantled by Martin Bakole, bro. Just F.A. Jogba really did his homework for this fight, and I should have picked up on it when he was at the press conference. How the level of confidence that he had, he was just like, bro, I'm about to beat the shit out of you, dog. Like, I'm about to fuck you up. That was his get down, man. So I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna have to really start second guessing on that. Like, yo, homeboy look a little too confident, man, and just stay in that gray area where he could do the damn thing, or or it's gonna be something else. You dig? Just stay in that gray area. But I never expected F.A. Jogba to look the way that he looked, man. Martin Bakole is gonna have to get back in the shape that he was when he fought Jared Anderson, because at this point it's not gonna get easy. It's not gonna get easy, man. Jared Anderson, I think, has proven himself not to be a world-class fighter, at least at this point in time, man. I think that the yearning for a Black American champion is really had people putting their hopes up and just putting their all into Jared Anderson, man. And it has yet to bear good fruit in front of with him, man. The fact that we've seen glaring flaws in his game against lesser opposition that we would say, bro, you need to tighten up on that, because the minute you fight somebody that ain't your height, is going to be a problem. We saw that, we picked it, we detected it, we spoke on it, and he's yet to remedy that. But we still chose, like, yo, he'll get it together. He never has gotten it together, man. So I think that, right, you shouldn't hang your hat on a fight with Jared Anderson. I think it's really time for you to get, but you should the hunger that you had when you fought Jared Anderson, you need to really get back into, tap back into that and get back down to the weight that you was at when you fought him. This fight coming in at 300 pounds, dog, that shit is dead. That shit, nah, bro. It just, no, you're too lethargic. And I heard one of I don't know if it was Sergio Moore or if it was Chris Mannix, but he was like, because he asserted himself in the last round or whatever. But what he said was, if he would have fought like this early on in the fight, it should be a different fight. If he would have fought like that early on in the fight, he probably wouldn't have made it to the 10th round because he would have gassed out. It's time to get in shape, my man, because you lost that fight. And I picked you winning by knockout. You lost that fight. It's time to get in shape, my man. You did good work later, late in the fight. The military mind games you played with F.A. Jogba, stand right here and bang out. And he accommodated you and stood there, planted his feet to his, detriment. I think that's what got you to draw right there. That's what got you to draw. Because you put some shit on him when he decided to do that. You put them things on him, bro. You put paws on dude. You crashed dude in them last 4 rounds, man. But what happened to the 6 before that? So it's definitely a good win for the both of them. I think both of them have been in there with quality enough opposition to where now it's time to start looking for a title shot, but Martin Bakole. I can't knock him too much for the Joseph Parker loss because it was just spur of the moment. Like, nah, bro, just cool. Let's make the best of this opportunity. We got a shot at getting a quality scalp on our resume. Let's go for it. Didn't work in your favor, but I got to salute you for for going out there. But I didn't think, to my recollection, you was in the gym consistently. Wasn't in the gym, man. Came in 3 and change, my man. You a big dude. You dig? Let's get down to 285 or something like that, man, and stay at that weight range so you're able to, operate a little bit better. Because when I watched you with Jared Anderson, man, you didn't. Now, of course, Jared Anderson isn't nearly as tall as F.A. Jogba, but it was just how you fought him, man. It was just how you was always in punching position. You wasn't overextending on shots. You was right at your sweet spot where you needed to be, where you could touch him, you could touch his chin, but you're out of range for him to counter. You didn't give me that with FA, man. And to his chagrin, nobody expected that from FA because FA does not fight like that. And I hope he fights like this from now on, because if he fights like this, he's game for everybody in the division. Everybody. You dig? Using your range, man. Everybody ain't blessed with height. There's no reason why you should have fought Guido the way that you fought him. There's no reason why you should have fought him like that. No reason whatsoever. But I definitely wasn't expecting this from no motherfucking from F.A. Jogba. I wasn't expecting this. Neither was Bakole, so I just figured he just felt he didn't need the game plan. And with you being that size, you knew he was eventually going to plant his feet, open up, and that was going to be your shot to get rid of him. And it didn't go like that. And you should have lost that fight. But it was a majority, it was a draw or whatever, so we on the greener pastures, man. But good performance by FA. Good performance by FA, man. You gotta this is why game planning works, man. This is why you gotta study this. You gotta study the films. You got to. Everybody can't be Floyd where they say I don't watch film. Everybody can't be, naturally that gifted. Floyd was instinctive. His instincts, far usurped that of 99% of boxers, dude. Floyd is in a completely different echelon than most fighters. So Floyd could get away with that. The rest of you niggas can't. And I think it's also like you need to get a coach who can train you to do, you need to get with a coach who can give you contingency plans, man. Because when this shit, the game plan ain't working, all right, cool. Shit, bro. Train for boxers, train for sluggers, and train for boxer punchers. Because you never know what you're going to get. You do. In most cases, you do know, a fighter's identity. You can't teach an old dog new tricks. And by the time you become a pro and you're fighting on a championship stage, it's really hard to recalibrate somebody's brain and body mechanics to do some shit that, that they're not accustomed to doing. To go against their fighting identity. That shit just doesn't happen often. But it does happen. Hence, Joseph Parker. Hence, F.A. Jogba. This shit happens, my man. It happens. You gotta have a trainer who can, who can accommodate you for when it's time. Yo, man, this dude, he may switch it up on us, and when if he switches it up on us, we need to be ready for this motherfucker. Don't just put your eggs in one basket like, yo, this is what he's gonna do. And this is all we're expecting him to do. Because then you get situations like an F.A. Jogba, man. Well, let's put like 75% of 75 to 80% of our training into this game plan right here, what we are expecting him to do. But as a contingency plan, let's put 20% into this shit right here, just in case he does some other shit. You dig? So, yeah, man, good performance by F.A. Jogba. Bakole, you got to come down and wait, my man, because you got a gift right here with with a draw. You definitely got a gift. Let's come down on that weight. That shit is not the business, my man. 300 pounds, ugh, nah. Your agility is that of someone who needs to. We saw the best of your capabilities when you fought Jared Anderson. I think that was you at your best. Because you looked incredible in that fight. You was fast, and you was sharp. You was not overextending on your punches like you was doing with F.A. That's how you was getting clipped. Straight shots down the pike. Overreaching, bro. Why are you overextending that much? because you got too much weight on your legs, and you know you're not in punching position. He can get out of range before you can get in range. Y'all both blessed with height. Y'all niggas, 6'4", 6'5", 6'6". You know, it's good height. It's good height. So it's always gonna be hard to get around length. But for someone of your caliber, you need to come down off of that weight a little bit, because you're a counter puncher at the end of the day. And even when you throw your punches, man, like you throw punches in bunches, you're a volume puncher, and it's speed and snap on them punches. It's hard to do that. It's hard to do that when you got that much weight on you, because now you're compromising your gas tank. You got to get to the 12th round, the 10th round. Come down on that weight. Please come down on that weight. Get back to 180, 185. Stay right there. Do not fight at 300 pounds again, bro, because it's about to get worse. If FA could do that to you, yikes. What do you think a Caballero was going to do? I'm out, man. I'll get with y'all later, yo. Deuces.